Hi, I'm Henrik Lundqvist, goalie for the New York Rangers, and I just want to thank you all fans for a great year. It's been a lot of fun to play, especially in New York, having you cheering for us, and what can I say? It's definitely the best place to play hockey, and yeah, you've just been amazing.
Hey New York, thanks for all your support. You guys are the best fans in the world.
I'm Ryan Hoig on behalf of the New York Rangers. I just want to thank all the fans for coming out and supporting us all year. It was a great season, and with your support and everything that you brought to the rink and the electricity that we felt, it was just a great year, and it just helped us so much to get to that next level. So thanks again.
I just would like to say thanks to everybody for being support us all season long. It's obviously been a big help for us, and we wouldn't accomplish what we did without you guys, with all that support on the stands, and we love you guys, and hopefully next year we're going to do something better, and looking forward to see and play back in the Garden. And I can see that you guys are like crazy, and it's give us a lot of confidence in our locker room. So I just want to say thank you for everything you guys done for us.
I just want to thank all the fans for all their support this year and the great season we had.
Just wanted to take a minute and thank everyone for being there for us this year. It was a special year, and we're so fortunate to play in front of such a good group of fans in such a special building. And again, I just wanted to thank everyone. Appreciate it.
I just want to thank you for great support for a whole season, and you guys was really great and was part of our team, and we are appreciated for that.
I just wanted to thank you guys, the fans, for all your support during the year, and for taking me in halfway through the year, and you guys taking me in like one of your own. And it's just great to see you guys all proud of us throughout the playoffs here, and just looking forward to a good season next year.
You guys are unbelievable for us, and the energy in MSG is second to none, and you're a big reason why we had a good year this year, and hopefully have another one next year.
Ranger fans, just want to say how much we appreciated all your support all year, and part of all the fun that we had was being able to do it in front of you, and I don't think we would have had as much success coming down the stretch and going into the playoffs if you guys weren't as boisterous and supportive as you were. So this is just a start. We want to be back next year, bigger, stronger, better, and take it all the way, and we'll do that with your support, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Tom Rennie, head coach of the New York Rangers, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, our fans, the best in the game, for your continued support. This past season has been incredible. With the closing of our last game and the ovation that you gave us and took the time to embrace your team, we can't thank you enough.
Yager cuts in, a shot, score! First shot of the season goes in! Nice going, Cap. How about that start?
Some people are looking for the fountain of youth.
It's Brendan Shanahan, and that's number 600.
We got to get on to the elite. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Just a little bit.
There it is, number 600 for Jaromir Jagr.
I'm on this ride for the thrill of it. Living the dream, that's what life's all about.
It's over, it's a shutout for Henrik Lundqvist. Brian Callahan, his first NHL goal. Make it 2. It's 7-0 Rangers. Save! Rangers win!
Just a little bit.
Sean Avery does it again! Wow, is he making things happen?
I'm on this ride for the thrill of it. This is your ride. Living the dream, that's what life's all about. I'm working it out. I'm working it out. I'm working it out.
20 years ago, when I was dying from the gunshots and severely injured, the New York Rangers entered my hospital room and left me with a challenge. They said, live. I'm leaving them with a challenge. Win.
We're underway, Rangers and Thrashers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you bring your attention to me? An explosion of catastrophe, like nothing you've ever seen before. After this, you'll be
The Rangers win game 1.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, they scored! Puck is in the net.
Please come inside.
The intensity is high here in Atlanta.
Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you
We're underway in game 3.
let me hear it? Ladies and gentlemen.
Nylander does it again! Rangers keep on coming, and they love it here at the Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You've seen that seeing is believing. Please check to see if you're still breathing.
Shanahan, shoot, score!
If you will, please move in closer.
Yager to the empty net, score! It's a Rangers sweep!
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006-2007 New York Rangers. Yager cuts in, a shot, score! First shot of the season goes in! Nice going, Cap. How about that start?
Some people are looking for the fountain of youth.
It's Brendan Shanahan, and that's number 600.
We got to get on to the elite. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Just a little bit.
There it is, number 600 for Jaromir Jagr.
I'm on this ride for the thrill of it. Living the dream, that's what life's all about.
It's over, it's a shutout for Henrik Lundqvist. Brian Callahan, his first NHL goal. Make it 2. It's 7-0 Rangers. Save! Rangers win!
Just a little bit.
Sean Avery does it again! Wow, is he making things happen?
20 years ago when I was dying from the gunshots and severely injured, the New York Rangers entered my hospital room and left me with a challenge. They said, live. I'm leaving them with a challenge. Win.
We're underway, Rangers and Thrashers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you bring your attention to me? An explosion of catastrophe, like nothing you've ever seen before. After this, you'll be
The Rangers win game one.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, they scored! Puck is in the net.
Please come inside.
The intensity is high here in Atlanta.
Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it.
ladies and gentlemen.
We're underway in game three.
Let me hear it.
Nylander does it again. Rangers keep on coming, and they love it here at the Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You've seen that seeing is believing. Please check to see if you're still breathing.
Shanahan, shoot, score!
If you will, please move in closer.
Yager to the empty net, score! It's a Ranger sweep.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Please come inside.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want it? Do you need it? Let me hear it.
Hi everyone, welcome to the MSG Training Center and another edition of Inside the Rangers. I'm your host, John Giannone. Well, it has been another memorable Rangers season, starting all the way back on opening night when Brendan Shanahan made a memorable debut with the Rangers. And we use that as the opening theme to this week's show as we take a look back at the best of the best Ranger plays of the year.
Here comes Straka with speed, pulls up, fakes, waits, shoots, scores! Oh, what a move by Marty Straka! And he cuts Florida's lead to 3-2. Wow! Moving in is Stafford. Gets a return. What a save by Weeks! Kevin Weeks with arguably the save of the year for the Rangers. Thornton moves in on Ozolich. Thornton surrounded by three Rangers, and the Rangers turn it the other way with 3 seconds. Cullen goes to the net, scores! With 7/10 of a second remaining in the period, Matt Cullen on a breakaway gives the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Glenn Metropolitan, he must score, otherwise the Rangers win. Metropolitan against Valakit. Save! Rangers win! Umberger forced back by Malik. And the giveaway. Shanahan leads Callahan. Umberger back. Callahan. Shanahan in front. Score! Sean Avery. His second of the game. It's 5-0 Rangers. Lindros knocked down, hard hit by Rakunik. Adam Hall comes out, and Lindros' stick was stuck in the crack in the glass. Shot by Rakunik. He scores a shorthanded goal. And the Rangers come right back as Lindros was trapped in the other zone trying to get his stick out of the glass. Nylander with Isbister. Isbister goes to the net. Here's Yager circling. Moving to the net. Yager scores! Oh, what a goal by Jaromir Yager. At his best. It's 3-1 Rangers. Betts breaks through, he scores! What a rush by Blair Betts. He goes coast to coast, and he ties it at 1. Oh, fabulous goal by Blair Betts. Jeremy Reach lines up. Save Lundqvist, rebound! And Lundqvist made a save, and the puck pops loose. Shot by Ward, another save. Hopkins takes it away, and he's stopped by Straka. 10 seconds to go in overtime. Yager looking, makes a move on Gonchar. Roosevelt shoots, score! Rangers win! Marty Straka on a deflection has won it with 2.2 seconds remaining. Wow!
From Moorhead, Minnesota, which is actually right on the border with North Dakota, and the other city on the other side is Fargo, North Dakota. So everybody knows Fargo from the movie. So I'm from there, which is it's a nice place to be from. It's super cold in the winter, but it's a nice little town. I have a lot of country in my iPod, but I got everything. I like Garth Brooks, I like Tim McGraw, I like it all. But I have everything else too. I'm mostly a country guy. I don't have too many superstitions. I actually, when I started in the NHL, I had a lot. Like I tie my left shoe first, and I had all kinds of them. But then I ended up gassing them. I got rid of them after a little bit. It got to be too much. My dad, he was a hockey coach and he taught school. But then he still coached hockey, and he started his own insulation business. He insulated homes. So I have two younger brothers that also play professional hockey. And so every winter, when we weren't busy with hockey, we had to insulate homes with my dad, which was no fun putting up the scratchy, itchy insulation. Oh, my mom's homemade waffles. Every summer when we come home, and I train in the summer, and I go over to my mom's and she makes me waffles and eggs. It's great. I guess I'd probably have to take my wife. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else would want to come, if it's the two of us. I guess I had the perfect day last winter when we won the Stanley Cup. I think that's about as good as it gets. But, you know, I think the perfect day would be winning that cup in MSG here. I don't think you could compare that. I think that would be as good as it could get.
My hometown is called Ostrava. It's about 4 hours northeast from Prague. It's really close to the Polish and Slovakian border. I believe it's the 3rd largest city in Czech. Lots of good places to go, like an evening, you know, bars and stuff like that. Really good beer, really nice ladies, you know, nice girls, and after that, you know, that's pretty much it. Well, I wish I could do something with the sports. I love soccer, tennis, so be maybe a soccer player or a tennis player. Well, it was kind of hard because when I was growing up, we didn't have any like games or videotapes from like NHL because the communist era, you know. So it was lots of guys from Czech, you know, but soon some of those guys was trying to play for the World Championship, you know, from NHL, you know. So I really like, you know, enjoying Paul Coffey, Ray Bork, you know, all McInnes, these guys. Everything. You know, I'm a little bit of something, you know, I'm not really, if I like something, doesn't matter if it's rap or dance or heavy metal, doesn't matter. If I like it, I put it there and I'll listen. If I have to go to work, have a really good game, maybe score some goal or something, win the game for sure. And if I don't have to go to work, just spend time with my family, have fun with the kids, you know, with my friends, and just enjoy it as much as I can.
Shanahan has won it in the shootout.
I am unloaded meat from frozen meat from trucks one summer. Good.
Maybe why you like the steak.
Well, it probably turned me off of steak for a little while, but good money, sore back, good money. I was about 15. I don't have an iPod. I'm technically challenged. Still trying to get the blinking 12 o'clock on my Beta VCR to stop blinking. That's Beta. Well, my favorite player growing up was Darryl Sittler. He was captain of the Maple Leafs, and I was growing up in Toronto, so he was my favorite player. But the players who influenced me the most were my 3 older brothers, and none of them aspired to go professional in hockey, but we all played hockey in the winter and lacrosse, indoor lacrosse in the summer. And they were 6, 8, and 11 years older than me, and I just I admired the way they played the game and their approach to all their sports, and those are the guys I tried to copy. I love Jeopardy, and gotten into Lost a little bit, and try to follow Grey's Anatomy when I can, but it's a lot of shows right there. It's tough. Those are big commitments, you know. And I love 24. When 24 comes back, I'll watch that. You know, thank God for my DVR box. I can tape all these and watch them late at night. Pretty much any day I get to spend with the kids. You know, I think that's you know, there are lots of really good days and lots of great days, but a perfect day is a day when I'm home all day. I get to wake up with the kids, I get to spend it with the kids, and I get to put them to bed. One of the things I miss about being on the road is not putting the kids to bed.
Pickering, Ontario, and there's a power plant that actually our strength coach lives on or beside Reggie, so it's a very interesting town. Wow, that's a good question. I'd start, maybe I'd do The Apprentice and see where that took me. I mean, obviously my dad was a big one because, you know, he was a support factor and lugged me to all my games and things like that, but I don't know, I was kind of, I guess I thought I was smarter than everybody else and didn't really, I probably should have listened a little bit more. It probably would have helped me. So I think I'm gaining them now as I get older, more so when I was younger. I've turned into kind of a big Indian food guy, so I'm trying to scour the streets of New York to find the best spot. I would bring probably my lovely girlfriend and that was maybe my cell phone, or Kevin Weeks. Me and Weeksy, that'd be good.
My hometown is Sherwood Park, Alberta. It's about 10 minutes east of Edmonton. I think it's actually known as the largest hamlet in North America or something like that. We shoveled dog crap for about 2 weeks and ended up getting stiffed by this lady, and we still haven't gotten paid. She ended up having like bad credit or something, gave us a bad check out. Her house is probably repossessed by now. I would have to say Will Ferrell. That's maybe a runner-up might be Jim Carrey, just because they're so funny. They make great movies. I love watching their movies. You know, there's a few of us in the, well, I wouldn't say a few, there's probably a handful of us in the dressing room that can quote probably every movie that Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey have ever made. I think my two favorite bands I'd have to say are probably the Tragically Hip and Pearl Jam, but I got a lot of stuff on there. I have to say my wife has a lot of songs on there too. Well, my wife, oh boy. You know, can I say my wife 3 times just so I won't get in trouble? My wife, my wife, my wife.
Like
came from, Pardubice. It's a pretty big city for Czech Republic, 100,000 people. I thought that it's pretty big, but right now I think it's a pretty quiet city, and after 5 p.m. Almost nobody is on the street. It looks like a pretty dead city. I have a whole season of Friends. I really like that, and I start to understand them because I was watching it, so I learned English from that show. My favorite food is dumplings with strawberry, but I don't think I've ever seen that kind of food here in America. Just something special from my mother. It was good for me. You can see right now that maybe it was a mistake to move out from his apartment because last year I had 30 goals, so maybe I should move in again. He changed me for his girlfriend, so I have no more room there.
Hometown is Belmont, Massachusetts, and a lot of people don't know it's usually named one of the most boring towns in America, and a lot of surveys around the United States. First job I ever had was selling the Boston Globe at a corner store, probably when I was 11 or 12 years old. It was tough waking up at 6 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday mornings to make that 25 cents for every paper you sold. So, selling 20, 30 papers, you weren't making that much money. A lot of country music, a lot of Toby Keith and Alan Jackson, guys like that. My older brother, he's 4 years older than me. He really got me into hockey. Going to him, watching him play, and going to the rinks every time he went, really got me into the game, and I just followed him. The steps went along. I played football and baseball in high school, and if I wasn't playing hockey, I'd probably like to be playing one of those sports. Well, the way I found out, a buddy of mine called me, then NHL.com called me, and they said, how do you actually trade? And I was like, I haven't heard I've been traded yet. And then, about a half hour later, the GM from the Bruins called me and told me I was trading, and it was a bit shocking. I don't think I expected it, but, coming to New York, it's been awesome here. I grew up a Rangers fan when I was young, and New York's one of the best cities in the world, and now playing here, the way they treat their players, it's a first-class organization, and it's been a lot of fun being here.
A leaping hit by Hallweg. Hallweg there, what a huge hit. A huge hit. Hit by Ryan Hallweg. Hallweg's just hitting everybody.
I was born in Downey, California. It's like you say, it's California, so by the beach, do a lot of surfing and enjoying the weather. It's really nice there. But I live in Vancouver on the off seasons now in British Columbia, and it's a great place to live. It's surrounded by mountains and on the ocean as well. And very laid-back city, and it's just gorgeous all around. First thing I did to make money was probably work with my dad at his auto shop. He was a mechanic in California, and I used to help him do tune-ups and rebuild motors and do checkups on cars. Most embarrassing moment of my life. Jesus, so many. Probably we were skating went out for warm-up when I was in junior, and it was the intros, and I was a rookie in opening night, and all the vets put hockey or sock tape on my blades, so I had no blade pretty much, but I couldn't see it because it's clear tape. And I went out when they called my name for the intro, and I just bailed huge, lights going and everything, and lasers showing. I'm just sprawled out on the ice, and couldn't get up either because I had tape on my skates, so it was pretty embarrassing. I wouldn't say I have superstitions. I have more of a routine that I follow. I guess I do things as far as putting gear on, left thing first, then the right. I put the left skate on first and the right. But I think that's more routine. A couple ways I tape my sticks a certain way, so stuff like that. I think I'd be a firefighter. I mean, I've so many years gone by, and I've always focused on hockey, and I've never really thought about it. And the year that I had my injury, I kind of had to think about other career options, and some of the things I was interested in doing was being a firefighter. I just had an interest in it, and it's really team orientated as well, so it's kind of falls in the lines of hockey as well.
In only 2 months, Dan Girardi has gone from a short stay to a mainstay on the Ranger blue line. A 22-year-old whose first pass is first rate and whose defensive positioning has positioned him well in the Rangers' future. Here's more on Dan Girardi in his own words.
I'm actually from Welland, Ontario, Canada, and something you might not know about that town is that they produce a lot of hockey players from that area. You know, any pro league and a lot in the OHL as well. And you know, guys like Dan Pye with the Sabres and Andre Deveaux with Atlanta now, and Matt Ellis with Detroit, and you know, they're all in the system or with the big club. So there's a lot of good players that are in the system. It's got to be P.F. Chang's Mongolian beef and spare ribs. You know, coming from Canada, I've never seen that before. So you know, coming in training camp this year, I ate a lot of that, and you know, that's one thing I can't do without. Dishwasher at a Chinese restaurant. Wasn't really a kid, I was probably about 13, 14, but you know, it's pretty good. I don't know if many guys have said this, but I'm going to say Matt Cullen, just because he's you know, a little quiet, but his humor is really subtle and funny. When he says something funny, you're going to laugh for a bit. So you know, you got the Holwigs and Ortmeyers that, you know, joke around a lot, but you know, I think Cullen's got some you know, smooth jokes to him. Survivor Man, the guy from Man vs. Wild, all the shows in Discovery, and you know, pretty much any comedian just to keep me occupied throughout the time.
But first, we take a chance to get to know another Ranger away from the ice. This time, it's defenseman Fedor Tyutin.
My hometown name is Izhevsk. It's kind of in the middle of Russia, and it's kind of cold in winter, but it's pretty big town, 700,000 population, so it's a nice city. Soccer player, for sure. I played soccer before I learned hockey. Yeah, I remember when I go to school, I remember me and a few of my friends, we help unload the truck with the fruits in the grocery store. Like, we have one store like that people who work there, they know us, and when they have the truck coming to unload, they always called us up, and we like been unloading trucks, and they used to pay us some money for it. Like, I think my parents just always, like, you know, like when I kid, I just want to be like my parents.
Marcel Hossa for a Rangers win. He wins it! Wow. Marcel Hossa!
Well, I'm from Slovakia. My town is Trenčín. It's not a big city, it's like 70,000 people, you know, and but it's kind of nice town. We have a nice castle over there, and it's kind of a hockey town because a lot of good hockey players coming from there, you know, so everybody knows, you know, almost everyone, you know, so nice. When I was little, we watched, especially in my brother, we watched, I remember, tapes about the Gretzky, you know, and even Jaromir, you know, so it was kind of nice, and right now here I am, you know, I'm playing in one team, you know, it's kind of unbelievable, you know, but it was probably Gretzky and Jaromir, you know. For a job in hockey games, we were selling like stats, you know, before the game, like you guys have, you know. So we were like kind of little hockey players, you know. So they were paying us to do it, you know, selling the people, you know, stats and everything. So it was kind of my first job. I think everybody knows in the locker room that I like kind of dance music, like European music, like DJ stuff, so kind of listen to that, especially DJ Tiesto and Scooter, so that's it. It's a good question. I don't know. I was thinking about it a lot, but kind of I like racing, I like Formula One racing, so if I would be good in that, I would try that.
Well, as any coach will attest, it takes more than talent and toughness to win at the NHL level. It takes teamwork as well. And along those lines, for the last 2 years, Tom Renney has stressed building a team in the preseason with the Rangers. Last year, it was a trip to West Point. This time, a more tranquil setting, 200 miles north of the city, a place where you might not expect to find a group of hockey players. It is picture postcard perfect, the kind of setting that can inspire your inner Van Gogh, a place to refresh, revive, rejuvenate. These are the Adirondack Mountains of upstate New York, a 4-season escape from the real world. But the Rangers' 3-day escape to the Sagamore Hotel was very real, with a vital mission statement to turn 40 men from different worlds into one cohesive unit.
Cranbrook, British Columbia.
Seattle, Washington.
Downey, California.
The tasks may vary, but the purpose does not. The matter of trust is a must.
Just keep your feet a little closer together. Yep. Keep coming. Follow my voice, Mike. Stop. Straight ahead and walk straight out. You're in good shape. You're all the way down. 2 minutes. Good job. Good job, guys. How to leave that behind. That's the way. Good job.
A little earlier in the program, we showed you some of the exercises Tom Renney and his staff devised to build teamwork among the Rangers. We're going to send it back now to the Sagamore Hotel in Bolton Landing, New York, for a unique drill aimed at fostering competition, concentration, and camaraderie. A child's toy was the prop behind another drill designed to enhance planning and execution. 8 teams of 5 first observed and then teamed up to duplicate the construction of Lego Man, all within a 35-minute window.
Get out of the way.
So this is black, this is white.
Okay.
And
Let's get a team picture.
Oh, here it is, here it is. Thank you, thank you.
Number 3, boys. Number 3. Bronze.
Our team plan was everyone just took a certain part of the body, went and memorized it, and when it came time to put it all together, you just had to basically trust that the other people had done their job and memorized what part of the body they were doing and put it all together right. And as long as that was okay, we got it done.
7 teams successfully planned and executed the task. As for the team of Renney and Yager and Shanahan, well, let's just say time and teamwork weren't exactly allied.
It's time to trade somebody here.
We were.
4 minutes and 10 seconds.
We gotta go. We gotta do it starting in a minute here. All right, we gotta go.
The planning was exceptional, I thought. It might have been about 34 minutes too long since we had 35 minutes to do the task. I think we probably prepared ourselves to a standstill, basically, and then beyond that left a little time for ourselves to execute. So if we extend that particular word, we would just call it a plan that was executed.
The sense of camaraderie was hockey intense in another exercise that took the team into the water and out of their element.
1, 2, 3.
Team
All right, on your mark. Get set.
Get a push.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Back in the day, you didn't have to have team building events. They were just called road trips, and we spent a lot of time together. But nowadays, we're at home a lot more. So these are great ideas.
It's fun, I think it's a good team bonding thing, and you have a good time together right before the season, and it's just overall a good time.
Right.
Well, like the prospects before them and their West Point predecessors last year, these Rangers also participated in drills meant to get the team headed in the same direction. And for some, that meant headed north. a metaphor for the heights that this team hopes to scale in what already is a season of great expectations, in which the Stanley Cup is the stated goal.
Well, it's fun. It puts you in a position where you're not comfortable. You're sort of out of your comfort zone, and it's unfamiliar for you, so you have to rely on your teammates a bit. It's good. You get to know the guys. We've only known each other for a couple weeks now, so it's good. You get to know each other a lot better and get more comfortable with each other.
It's fun to do stuff around hockey. It comes a lot of things. Photo shoots or meeting people, meeting fans, whatever. It's fun, and I guess it's part of the game.
I just think it's funny when, getting these, all of us hockey players modeling, doing these strike a pose moments, and we got excellent direction, from the director, I guess, but just funny seeing the guys doing the photos, and you just feel like a bit of an idiot, when you're up there in a suit and they're saying put one hand in your pocket and the other hand on your hip and maybe touch your nose or touch your ear, and you just go with it and trust that they don't make you look like complete fools.
Well, that was fun. It's a lot of work, and I wouldn't want to be a model, and because you have to stand there, wait for one shot, then you wait another 10 minutes for next shot, and another 15 minutes for next shot. So it's hard. It's not easy.
Well, it was different. I've never been, in a situation like that. I came there for the shooting. They put like 3 different shirts on me. I thought I was dressed very well, but they put like 3 different shirts on me. I was wondering, what my style is like, but it was, good experience. It was definitely, it looked really professional. I have never been involved with anything like that. It was a nice experience.
We really tried to incorporate Ranger hockey players and the Hummer, and we decided that we were trying to do a happy lifestyle Rangers together with going out with the truck and off-roading and bringing their skates and going around, and that was the basic concept. I also wanted them to see their favorite players in a different type of atmosphere, in their regular street clothes, in a suit, around the city. I thought that would be really fun to have.
With the skates laced up and the big screen locked in, Rangers fans flocked to the pond at Bryant Park last Monday for the second annual Rangers viewing party. Former Ranger Jeff Bukaboom among those sharing a passion for the sport and his team as the Rangers ruled the Devils.
It's great to be here at Bryant Park and see the enthusiasm for the Rangers and obviously the excitement for hockey, and when it's cold like this, it feels like hockey weather.
It's awesome. We get the best of both worlds. We get to skate and we get to watch the game.
It's amazing. The atmosphere is really awesome. Go the Rangers!
Woo!
I think it's really good. It's getting back to the community. It's kind of getting the New Yorkers from all around the place, Long Island, New York, even maybe people from Jersey, kind of all join here and just kind of watch the Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go! Let's go Rangers! Let's go!
Well, this is the place where the Rangers will spend the next 6 weeks practicing, preparing, and pondering their playoff fate. This is the MSG training facility in Westchester, and it's where we begin another edition of Inside the Rangers. Hi, everyone. I'm John Giannone. And as the Rangers gear up for the final quarter of their season, there's a team behind the team that's ensuring that the Rangers will be well equipped for the challenge. We recently spent a day in the lives of 2 men whose job is to keep the Rangers armed and ready. We introduce you now to Cass Marks and Jim Beats Johnson, the Rangers equipment staff.
Hi, I'm Acacio Marks. I'm equipment manager with New York Rangers. This is Beats Johnson. He's also equipment manager. You're going to be following us around for 2 days. It's 7:30 in the morning, so let's get started. BT. Oh, I'd love a coffee. What do we got going? We got back-to-back games. We got anything going on? This is for tomorrow night's game. Just game day, we just do the 20 some odd guys that that are going to play.
We have close to about probably 2,500 pounds. Take care of a few other issues before these guys show up.
We're going to put new palms in Peter Pruha's gloves. He asked us yesterday if we can do his game gloves. A little too sharp still?
Get us through the day. He doesn't monkey. So fast, Peter. On our way to the garden. Packed up, ready to go.
Oh, this is awesome. It's actually pretty cozy.
Oh, here comes the cops after us. First scratch, Joe. Beatsy scratched the truck. First one. Gloves in between the shin pads. Now I got 1 hour to get all the final touches done. I love my job, you know, I love going to work every day. Six to 10 cups of coffee, at least. Latte tonight. A couple of Red Bulls. A couple of Coke Blacks later.
Brendan has me date all his sticks, so stick the date right on top.
It's 4 o'clock. First player's on his way. I gotta get to the shower. See you guys in a bit. Go. Can't forget this.
Center to Colton Orr. Backhander. He scores! Colton Orr! His first NHL goal!
We just got it, BT. That's awesome. I didn't realize Colton's first goal. That is awesome.
Hell of a job, boys. Good win. Yours, we'll go at 10 minutes after the hour. Okay?
Yeah.
Good job.
Nice job. It's awesome. We got some quick repairs before we go to Washington. Gotta stitch these skates and we have to fix a shoulder pad. Coming through.
For the refs.
Thank you. But we got to do this now because we got to get the gear dry for tomorrow because hockey players don't like playing with wet gear and stinky wet gear. It's 2:30 in the morning. We just got our room keys. We're ready for a quick night's sleep. We're gonna get up at 9:30 and have breakfast. So we'll see you guys Start
then.
it again.
Morning, it's 9:30 in the morning. Day 2, we're in Washington and we're ready to go to do this all over again. A couple hours of sleep would have been nice.
BT, is that your first cup of coffee of the day?
Number 1, yeah. One of many today after last night.
So now we're gonna head over to the game rink, to the Verizon Center, and sharpen some skates and get ready for the game. Let's go. Hey, BT.
Getting closer. Hey, Robert, thanks, buddy.
How many is that today, buddy?
Number 5. Did the laundry, set up the shoes, kind of redid the stalls. I kind of always go around and just tidy them up a little. Put the sticks away. Got my stuff in place. Rob, I normally try to do this at the training center, but sometimes you run out of little time.
We're ready to work. It's time.
Trainers are number one, announcers are number two.
Seems like I just did this yesterday.
That ice should be good tonight, huh?
It'll be interesting.
Stuff on it.
Oh, I know. They'll probably work until the last minute. It's close to 5 o'clock and ice isn't even ready yet. So hopefully they'll get it done in time. Yags is working on his sticks, and it's pretty interesting because he paints them, and then in order to dry the paint, he just lights the paint on fire. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes you get a fireworks show. I think he just likes a black blade. A lot of players like a black blade. They don't want to see white or graphics or anything on there. I did it with Lychee. I would just take this whole piece.
He loves this.
Yeah, I take this whole piece off, and I just cut all new leather and just sew it all back together again. Yeah, so they won't be heavier.
Lychee like old stuff too.
Yeah. Just a little temporary repair. Yags needs some new gloves that he doesn't want to get into. So we can just take a little red tape and make sure pieces don't start falling out. And I think next week I got to start ripping off leather and putting some new leather in. It's like that old pair of comfortable shoes that you never want to get rid of. Shanny fell. We just want to make sure everything's okay. Thinks he's just low on steel. Tired. I don't know why, I'm really tired today.
Nothing less than 2 points tonight, boys. Let's go. Fire, boys.
Shanahan looking for an opening. Sets up Yager. It's blocked. And he broke his stick.
Yags. 58. Yeah, the toe's a little banged up. Yeah. Just do it. Little nicks and gets in guys' heads, so we're just going to redo them and start fresh. Okay?
Oh, wow.
No? Wasn't that? Good.
It's a pretty good period of hockey. We know we can be better. You know, watching what we did last night, that's a good period of hockey last night, coming off an emotional win. But guys, if we want to win, we've got to be better.
Put pressure on them. Let's go, guys. Pressure. Big shift, Sean.
Oh, there it is.
Cullen goes in front. Save. It's Hossa for the rebound.
Brendan Shanahan wants to retape a stick. Probably going to switch into this one, so he just wants a fresh job.
Here's Nylander heading for the net. Pulls back. Slides it in front. Shot by Rosenthal. He scores!
Yager's 1,500th career point.
Bags are pulled. 9:30 left, and just ready for the end of the game.
Yeah, you want it now or just
We had another big W, just finished the game, loaded the truck, and we're on our way to Westchester County Airport where we're going to land and go right to the practice rink and unload. All right, we're finally loaded. We're going to get on the plane and just go home.
You guys off tomorrow?
No. Kenny! I tell you, the guy does everything. Scores goals, assists, packs a truck. All right, we got one more thing we got to do. We got to go to the practice rink. We're going to unload the gear. We're going to dry all the game gear, wash the laundry, wash the jerseys, and get ready for our next game. We all love working together, you know, even though we may make fun of each other, kind of like play gags on each other, we all enjoy working. At the practice rink, this is a room we use to dry the game gear. Gets about 120 degrees, and by tomorrow morning, everything will be dry, ready to go. Done? Done. Done. It's official. All right, BT, have a good night.
What we like to do is, first of all, start our practices off with an energizer type of an activity. Something where the guys get an opportunity to get the feel of the puck on their sticks, loosen up a bit, and maybe put a smile on their face. We'll line up 4 groups like this at the blue line. First one, just first guy straight down. As soon as you cross the blue line, take a shot. Michael, you're starting here. You're starting here. You go first, straight down and shoot. Shani. Okay, last one. Shani, you started off right through the dot. Yags, give him a pass right on the dot. Then Betsy, you go. Skate right to the dot. Right through the dot, Shani, go. Go, Betsy. Yags. Let's have Yermer, Michael, Izzy, and Doobie down there. Let's have Peter, Ort, Betsy, and Cully down there. Orz, you go down there. Shani, you go down there. And then we'll have Harry, Johnny, and David down there. Poker down there. We think it's pretty important to let the goalies get a feel for the puck and just work on their angles and just a matter of rebound control. So we like to incorporate a couple of shooting drills that are more of the long shot variety. Okay, Betsy, Michael, straight down and shoot. Right at the blue line, right at the blue line. What happened in the end? Why didn't we score?
You see that?
Yeah, bounced over your stick. Oh boy. Oh yeah, they put it in slow motion. Heads up, heads up. We consider every practice as being critical to prepare properly. So hey, get to the net, Archie, get to the net! Quick, quick, quick! Okay, David. Mikey, start in the corner. You gotta come up the wall. Yeah. Okay, other side. Okay, David. In front. Okay. Once you come past this, you can go anywhere you want. You can go across, you can go back down. Mikey, up, up, up. Keep going, keep going. Good, point. Okay. I always had a dream of playing in the NHL, and I guess this is the closest I'll ever come to it, to practice with the guys. But no, in all honesty, it's fun to handle the puck. It's fun to be active, and we've got such a great group of guys that it's easy to enjoy yourself out there. I'm on your team!
He has been called the cornerstone of the Rangers' future, but defenseman Mark Stahl is just one ingredient in what assistant general manager Don Maloney believes is a recipe for long-term Ranger success.
Realistically, I think we'll see half a dozen guys come up here. How long they stay is going to be based on performance. And if you look at the end of the training camp, certainly Jarkko Immonen had a strong camp. He's knocking on the door, probably waiting for some sort of injury to get his chance. He was as good as probably 3 or 4 guys that we have right here, right now. Ivan Branca had a very strong camp on the blue line. It was one of our final cuts and shows that he's ready to at least see if he can compete at the NHL level. Then we get into this whole other group of players from Laurie Korpikoski and Greg Moore and Brandon Dubinsky and Hugh Jessman has had a real strong camp down in Hartford. The good thing for us is that it's not 1 or 2 guys. We really think we have, and this is even talking about maybe our best prospect in the Mark Stahl or Bobby Sanguinetti has gone back to junior hockey and just lighting it up offensively. So there's so many good stories coming. We just hope they continue to emerge.
By his own admission, Mark Stahl was disappointed when the Rangers sent him back to his Sudbury junior team. But in his first 21 games, Stahl was solid. 4 goals, 11 points, a +4 rating. It was a quantum leap, perhaps, from brother Eric's exploits earlier this year in Carolina, miles from kid brother Jordan's debut in Pittsburgh, which has him atop the league with 3 shorthanded goals. But continued progress in Ontario this season should land Mark Stahl on Broadway by this time next season. From the Wolves to the Wolf Pack, and through some early season struggle that has Hartford last in the league in goals, two forwards have emerged. Finnish native Lauri Korpikoski, leading scorer 21-year-old Ryan Callahan. Together they total 22% of the team's offense. Our Doug Morrison has more on the leaders of the pack.
2004 could turn out to be a very memorable year in Rangers draft history. That's when they selected Lauri Korpikoski out of Finland in the first round. Later in the fourth round, they chose Ryan Callahan. Afterwards, Korpikoski would go back home to play against his country's elite competition, while Callahan excelled in the Ontario Hockey League. Now, the two wingers find themselves playing together in Hartford for the organization's minor league affiliate. Sometimes they skate on the same line. Both have already taken some positive strides this season. Korpikoski is raising his game thanks to increased ice time, and Callahan is getting the puck into the opposing net often. They recently talked about what their individual focus is for the rest of the campaign.
You know, I'm in a scoring line, and in a PP, so that's my job now, to create offense, but also, you know, play physical and play hard and work hard. So that's also part of my game, but mainly now trying to understand working my offense skills.
I just want to get my speed up. You know, it's a fast game out there, and you got to be fast to play it. And you know, defensively, I want to be sound defensively because you know, good defense leads to good offense.
While Lauri Korpikoski joined Hartford late last season and skated in most of their playoff games, this is the first full pro North American campaign for the Finnish product and the New York State native Ryan Callahan. The two are expected to go full steam from April until October, but they realize it's not an easy assignment in the challenging American Hockey League.
You know, it's going to be tough, I could tell already. It's going to be definitely a long season. I got used to it a little bit in the O. We played a lot of games there, but you know, like you said, it's a lot bigger guys here, a lot more fast. So it's going to be a tough season, but just got to stay healthy and you know, keep working.
Of course, great challenge for me this season, and I think I'm going to learn a lot during this season and get me prepared for our next level.
Korpikoski could be ready for the next step in a year or two, but there's no need to hurry. He is only 20 years old.
He has a tremendous work ethic, and I think he's a very conscientious player. That's what makes him such a good defensive player. And, you know, you hope that those things, like I said, if he continues to work hard on his offensive part of the game, that he'll continue to improve and find a bit of a touch.
Meanwhile, Callahan's stock has risen quickly. The 21-year-old is doing many things well.
He loves to compete. You know, some people shy away from competition. He thrives on it, you know. So you see those attributes, and he does have a nose for a net, and you think that, you know, this kid could really have something special. He's continuing to thrive in this environment, and he's having a heck of a start.
As for Korpikoski, he already has the speed, aggressiveness, and finesse. We're seeing a playmaker who is at his best when he is setting up his teammates. With Callahan, it's a case of a gritty guy who makes plays thanks to smart positioning and solid stick-handling skills. The main thing these two have in common is the approach to the game, giving it their all every single day and night.
Every night you got to go out there and work hard. I mean, you know, you take a night off, you could get hurt with the size of the guys, or you're not going to have a good night. Everybody brings their game every night in this league, and that's what you got to do to be successful.
I think that's the only way to really succeed, and if you work hard, it's going to pay off sometimes. So I've learned that, so that's why I work.
It was a training camp so successful this summer that Brandon Dubinsky earned co-rookie accolades with Nigel Dawes and a long, hard look from Tom Rennie and his staff. The effort put Dubinsky squarely on the Ranger map, a youngster from a place on a very distant map, as our Doug Morrison tells us.
It's a long way from home, but for a native from Anchorage, Alaska, right now, he is exactly where he needs to be. Brandon Dubinsky is in his first full pro season with Hartford of the American Hockey League, and the centerman is getting used to the higher level of play. He was thrown into that fire during last season's playoff run and responded with 10 points in 11 games. This campaign, the numbers are not as impressive so far, but Dubinsky is quick to pick things up.
It's going pretty well. I think, I'm starting to kind of learn what professional hockey is all about, and, I'm starting to, I think, change some things in my game that, maybe would have worked at the lower levels and that don't work up here. So, I'm just trying to do my best and work hard, and, so it's obviously a lot more intense and, a lot faster and tougher, and, so it does take a little bit of a transition period, but I think, a quarter way through the season, I think, I finally realized, what it takes to, to play at that level every night, and, I'm just trying to do that.
We first heard about Dubinsky when the organization drafted him in the second round back in 2004. He continued to put up big-time numbers in the Western Hockey League, earning status as a top-tier NHL prospect. But the 20-year-old got everyone's attention when he excelled at Rangers training camp in September and almost made the team.
I didn't want to sell myself short, I think, was the biggest thing. I wanted to make it really hard on them to make a decision on me and, try and do my best, everything in my power to play in the NHL. And, it's every kid's dream playing hockey to grow up and get there. And, so that was my number one goal. And to be quite honest, I wasn't really going to let anything get in the way, into my power. So, that was just kind of my mindset going to the rink every day that, you can't take a day off, you can't take a shift off, you can't do anything that might have them look in a negative light towards you. So that was kind of my mindset, and that's what I did through camp.
Right now, Dubinsky is working on improving his defensive game. He said that will get him closer to being a complete player. More focus has been made on keeping his feet moving and finishing checks. Meanwhile, Dubinsky is already a face-off specialist thanks to excellent hands. But what makes him such a special talent are his skills in the offensive zone. The centerman makes things happen around the puck, he enjoys going to the net, and has proven that he can capitalize.
Well, Dubinsky, one of the youngsters this organization hopes will be a future blue chipper.
In mid-February, Tom Pyatt turns 20 years old. No longer a teenager, the Rangers' fourth-round pick from the 2005 entry draft is making a name for himself at the junior level. Skating in his fourth season with the Ontario Hockey League Saginaw Spirit, Pyatt is having a breakout campaign. Once regarded as a defensive forward, he is now excelling in both ends of the ice.
I'm just playing a two-way game, I'm killing penalties, Coach puts me out there for that. I'm just playing a good defensive game, and this year I've been trying to focus on a little more of the offensive game. I'm trying to put the puck in net a little more, and I think that game is going well for me right now. I'm a little more hungry out there on the ice. When I'm out there, I want the puck, and I'm shooting a lot more. It's just like positive selfishness, really. I'm just getting the puck to the net a little bit more, and just the mental part of my game that's a lot better right now.
Without a doubt, Tom Pyatt is the best defensive center iceman in the Ontario Hockey League. There's no doubt. But here he can do even more. He had to show the New York Rangers that he's able to get points at this level so we can play a different role at the next level. And he's just taken off. I give Tom Pyatt all the credit in the world. He is as complete of a player with and without the puck as you might find in the league right now.
High praise, but Pyatt has earned it. He has always been a diligent worker and also brings an intensity and business-like attitude to the rink. That approach will help take this man to the elite level, where he can follow the trail taken by his father, Nelson, who played in the 70s, and older brother, Taylor, a former Islander and Sabre, who now plays with the Vancouver Canucks.
I come to the rink and I'm serious, I just kind of come to the rink and I'm just kind of a quiet guy, and I don't fool around too much. I just come to the rink to play hockey, and that's my job, and I come here and do it, and that's it. Yeah, I'm a pretty intense guy on the ice. I'm quiet off the ice, but everyone says I'm the Energizer Bunny on the ice, so I just come to the rink prepared all the time, and take it pretty serious.
Pyatt is one of many prospects enjoying success in the OHL, but it's not only about his talent. What you are seeing on the ice is a result of a difficult strength and conditioning program that he follows. Tom is one of the fittest players in the Rangers organization.
I think that's a very important part of the game, and years ago when my dad played and stuff, you didn't even have to really work out, and you go to training camp trying to get in shape, but nowadays everyone's so much faster and stronger that you have to be prepared for training camp, and then you have to work hard all summer. So that's something I concentrate on, and I think I do pretty well in that part.
Tom has already proven he can win with much on the line. He was a member of Team Canada as they took home gold at the last 2 World Junior Championships. The next step is standing out at Rangers training camp, winning a job, or taking his game to the American Hockey League and suiting up for the Hartford Wolfpack.
Next year's going to be interesting. It'll be my first year playing pro, and I look at next summer as a big summer for me, off-ice training. I got to make that big step to the pro level, and it's not going to be easy next year, obviously. It's going to be a whole different experience, and I got to be prepared for it, but I'm also excited.
We now return to Inside the Rangers.
Back in the 70s and 80s, the Sutters were the first family of the NHL. 6 Sutter brothers in the league all at one time. The 21st century version of the Sutter family, the Stalls. Eric won a Stanley Cup with the Carolina Hurricanes last year. Jordan Staal off to a great start, over 20 goals with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Rangers drafted Mark Staal, a defenseman, in the first round a year and a half ago. He was on this ice at the MSG Training Center, had a terrific training camp in September, and our Doug Morrison recently caught up with Mark north of the border in Sudbury, Ontario.
Every day Mark Staal spends with the Ontario Hockey League Sudbury Wolves, the defenseman's mission to crack the Rangers lineup is closer to becoming realized. The 2006-07 campaign is Staal's finale at the junior level. Now 20 years old, he continues to fine-tune a game that is built around shutting down opponents. While he is capable of initiating offense at any time, the tag of defensive defenseman still applies to the Wolves captain.
I love playing a good defensive game, and when I get a chance to play against the other team's top line, I love frustrating the other players and stuff like that. At the same time, here in Sudbury, I'm counted upon to kind of put up points and produce in the power plays. So, that's something that I want to get better as a defenseman, is my offensive game and moving the puck around. But at the same time, to always have a good defensive game is nice.
In the last year, there has been one minor bump in the road for Staal. After having a decent Rangers training camp, he was one of the last players cut from the team. Now, while this is a common story for many young guys, Mark couldn't help being a bit frustrated.
Obviously, they had a good veteran group of defense there, and I knew coming in that it wasn't going to be an easy job to try to stay in. And if I was going to stay, I'd have to play 15, 20 minutes or play in their top 6 defensemen. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy, and there was a pretty good chance to come back to Sudbury, but at the same time, I wanted really bad.
For a 19-year-old defenseman to play in the NHL, it's tough, and we just, let's get him back. Even though it's his 4th year playing junior hockey, and he's not necessarily where he wanted to be, it's better to have him play in power plays and penalty killings and last minutes and some of the things that he wouldn't get here if he was still up in New York. So we're excited about the future. He's going to be a good player for us.
What made coming back to Sudbury a little easier was the sight of a very familiar face awaiting him. Mark now plays on the same team as his 16-year-old younger brother, Jared, who was a first-round draft pick by the Wolves in 2006.
I didn't really play with him or played against him growing up at all. Obviously, I'm 3 years older than him. It's a little bit funny coming to the rink, but at the same time, it's good to see you. Not everybody gets to see their brother when they come in the rink, so it's good to see a friendly face when things are going good and when things are going bad.
When we're around the rink, like if he notices something that maybe I can do better, he'll obviously tell me, and we're practicing or ever, he'll give me tips here and there, which helps me a lot. But you can't always talk hockey. Every once in a while, when we're away from the rink, we're just brothers, and everything's great. And we crack a few jokes here and there, and everything's all in fun.
The good times with Jared are certainly welcomed by Mark, but there is no question he wants to be playing where his 2 other brothers are right now, in the NHL. Older sibling Eric continues to excel with Carolina, while another younger one, Jordan, is making noise as a rookie for Pittsburgh.
Jordan Staal on a breakaway. Jordan Staal to the net. He scores his first NHL goal.
With the current season halfway through, Mark has his sights set on a playoff push for Sudbury. But regardless of how that plays out, this will be a memorable year for him. In early January, he was representing Team Canada in the World Junior Championships. And for the second consecutive time, he helped his country capture gold.
It was pretty awesome. I think obviously last year in Vancouver was unbelievable as well, and now this time winning in Europe and on foreign soil, it was a good experience, especially with all the returning guys we had. We got to share it again with each other, so it's something that I'll never forget.
Not much can top that experience, but a job with the Blue Shirts next season would be right up there. Stahl knows he has a lot of work ahead of him in the summer when he prepares for another NHL audition.
Still thinking about it every now and then, but when the summer comes, I'm going to be, hopefully have a really good summer and train really hard and try to make myself bigger and stronger and faster, just to try to get to the next level and stick in New York next year.
He's a very good person, not only a great hockey player. He's a very good person, and it'll be 4 years that we've been together. 4 years of watching him, come from, leaving the family for the first time to, making his own name, and he really has made his own name in the OHL especially. And we're going to be very proud in being able to watch him at the NHL level for many years to come.
February was a banner month for Rangers prospect Al Montoya. He allowed fewer than 3 goals in all 7 starts, was named the AHL's goaltender of the month, celebrated his 22nd birthday, and even mixed in a goalie fight. Our Doug Morrison has more on the former first-round Rangers draft pick.
Year 2 at Hartford has been a good one for goalie Al Montoya. Fully recovered from shoulder surgery that took place last May, the 6th pick overall of the 2004 entry draft has shown the Rangers that their selection will eventually pay off at the NHL level. His play this season has mirrored that of his Wolfpack team, a slow start but gradual, steady improvement, including a great February. Montoya was named the AHL's goaltender of the month as a result.
It's about bringing it every single night, and that's what it takes to be a pro and being a pro in this league. And if you want to move up to the next league, it's important to bring it every single night. And I feel like if you do that, we have a pretty good enough team that we're going to win games if we give them a chance to win. It's just starting to come together for me, and this is the perfect time of the year for things to start clicking.
Now 22 years old, Montoya is maturing on the ice. He continues to make the big saves at the most pivotal times, showing the incredible lateral movement that's been celebrated since his college years. Coaches say his game is more sound, and Montoya is more composed than last season. Yet, for most of the 2006-07 campaign, the goaltender hasn't been the clear #1 guy in Hartford. Stephen Valiquette, a Ranger call-up, has put up impressive numbers for the Pack, receiving half the starts. So Montoya had to be patient.
Yeah, that was different for me. I haven't been in that position in a while, and Steve's a great guy, and we both, we both realized that we were going to be taking ice away from each other. It wasn't the ideal situation for us, but we made the best of it. When you get that chance to play, that's all that matters. You go out there and give your team a chance, because you never know when you're going to be out there next. He's a great goalie, and he does the same thing. He gives the team a chance to win, and that's what we knew what we were getting into at the beginning of the season. So. At the same time, I learned a lot. I learned that you may not play a couple games, and then you got to be ready to play the next night, and you have to be ready.
Montoya has been fulfilling his top priority, and that's keeping the puck out of the net. But recently, he took on a different role, that of fighter. On February 24th in the game with Norfolk, he squared off with Admirals goalie Corey Crawford.
It was my first pro fight, and it was exciting in front of the fans at our home rink, and it was awesome. It's part of the game, and I love it. I've always been, they always call it fire goalie from Chicago. That's how I play. That's a knack I have. I go out there and I play with emotion, and that's whatever it may be. So maybe the emotion got best of me that night. I just got down there and didn't know, look around, the whole crowd's going nuts, teammates are laughing, they're having a great time, and it's just, the adrenaline's rushing. You don't even, it's over before you even know it, the fight, and it's something exciting. It's just, at the same time, the call from the agent or something, watch out, you just had your shoulder, so same time you got to be smart about things like that.
Looking down the road a bit, Montoya concentrates on leading Hartford into the playoffs and then making a run at the Calder Cup. When the season is complete, it's all about preparation for the next Rangers training camp and the opportunity that could be there.
If I'm given the opportunity, I'm going to be ready, and I'm going to go in there. And it's 2 years under my belt now, and seasoned. I feel like I've seen a lot of different situations, and I feel like I am ready. Basically, I want to do what I can do here. I want to I want to make it hard on management. I want to play the best I am at, and the way I can do that is just play my game here and give this team a chance to win every single night. And I feel if I do that, the rest will take care of itself.
Tom Rennie told us this morning, very excited about this year. The message is this is a team that could do a lot of good things.
Yeah, well, they've got a personnel. The players love each other. There's a tremendous chemistry with this team, and I think they improved in a lot of areas in the offseason.
Time to meet the 2006-2007 New York Rangers. Let's go to PA announcer Joe Tollison.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight, the National Hockey League and Madison Square Garden present the 2006-2007 season opener for the New York Rangers. This evening marks the 80th season of New York Rangers hockey for generations of Blue Shirts fans. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to meet the 2006-2007 New York Rangers. First, the training staff. Beats Johnson, Bruce LaFrary, Reg Grant, Cass Marks, and Jim Ramsey. The video coach, Jerry Deneen. Assistant coaches, Benoit Allaire, Mike Polino, and Perry Pern. And the head coach of the New York Rangers, Tom Rennie. Players not in uniform tonight, Jed Ortmeyer, Colton Orr, Sandis Ozolinsh, and Darius Kasparidis. Now, let's meet tonight's roster.
My name is Mike Roosevelt. I'm from Czech Republic.
Number 3, defenseman Michael Roosevelt.
Aaron Ward, Windsor, Ontario.
Number 4, defenseman Aaron Ward.
Hey, Matt Cullen, I'm from Moorhead, Minnesota.
Number 5, center Matt Cullen.
My name is Marek Malik. I'm from Ostrava, Czech Republic.
Number 8, defenseman Marek Malik.
Hi, I'm Nigel Dodge from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Number 10, left wing Nigel Dawes.
Jason Ward from Oshawa, Ontario.
Number 16, right wing Jason Ward.
I'm Adam Hall from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Number 18, right wing Adam Hall.
Hi, I'm Blair Betts from Sherwood Park, Alberta.
Number 19, center Blair Betts.
Thomas Vogt from Klagenfurt, Austria.
Number 22, defenseman Thomas Vogt.
Hi, I'm Karol Rachuna from Czech Republic.
Number 23, defenseman Karol Rakunek.
Petr Prucha, Pardubice, Czech.
Number 25, right wing, Peter Prucha.
Henrik Lundqvist, Gothenburg, Sweden.
Number 30, goaltender Henrik Lundqvist.
Ryan Hollweg, born in Downey, California.
Number 44, left wing, Ryan Hollweg.
Fedor Turgin, Russia, Israel.
Number 51, defenseman, Fedor Tutin.
Kevin Weeks from Toronto, Ontario.
Number 80, goaltender, Kevin Weeks.
Hi, my name is Marcel Hossa from Trenčín, Slovakia.
Number 81, left wing, Marcel Hossa.
My name is Michael Nylander. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden.
Number 92, center, Michael Nylander.
Martin Straka from Czech Republic.
Number 82, left wing, assistant captain, Martin Straka.
My name is Brendan Shanahan, and I'm from Nimico, Ontario, Canada.
Number 14, left wing, assistant captain, Brendan Shanahan.
Jaromír Jágr, Czech Republic.
Since the Rangers' inception in 1926, only 23 men have had the honor of wearing the Captain C on their jerseys. Rangers greats such as Harry Howell, Andy Bathgate, Vic Hadfield, Dave Maloney, Ron Greschner, Brian Leach, and Mark Messier. The Captain C is an honor that is bestowed to one player who leads his team both on and off the ice. Please welcome the 24th captain in Blue Shirts history, number 68, right wing, Jaromír Jágr. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2006-2007 New York Rangers.
Another great moment at Madison Square Garden as Jaromir Jagr skates out as the new captain of the New York Rangers. What a great honor that is, Joe.
Well, he's ready for it, and he said this year, maybe not last year, but this year, and what an ovation he got from the crowd, as did the other newcomers.
Right, Brendan Shanahan, Matt Cullen, Aaron Ward, great ovation for Henrik Lundqvist, and now the introductions are done. Now it's time for the singing of our national anthem and the presentation of the colors.
And here to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome John Amarante.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched or so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center ice the newest members of the 600 Goal Club, Brendan Shanahan and Jaromir Jagr. Gentlemen, tonight we are honored to have a number of surprise special guests here with us to celebrate your achievements. Please welcome Brendan's wife, Catherine, and their 3 children, Jack, Maggie, and Kate, and from Ontario, Canada, Brendan's mother, Rose Shanahan. From the Czech Republic, please welcome Jaromir's parents, Jaromir and Anna Jagr and Ina Puhakova. It is also our distinct honor to welcome to Madison Square Garden 3 distinguished members of the 600 Goal Club. Brendan's longtime Detroit teammate and friend, winning 3 Stanley Cups together, number 19, Steve Yzerman. Jaromir's longtime Pittsburgh teammate and friend, winning 2 Stanley Cups together, number 66, Mario Lemieux. and Rangers all-time great number 11, Mark Messier. In recognition of Brendan and Yaromir's achievement, Mark will now present them with engraved silver sticks on behalf of the New York Rangers organization and their fans. Thank you to the Shanahan and Yager families and our three distinguished NHL greats, Steve Yzerman, Mario Lemieux, and Mark Messier. And congratulations, Brendan and Jaromir, on joining this illustrious group of NHL players in reaching 600 career goals.
Now, if Lemieux, Messier, and Yzerman wouldn't mind, they have uniforms for them in the background, and the Rangers need some healthy players.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth?
Boy, was that picture priceless?
Boy.
Wow.
Spectacular.
Some great people on the ice.
You see the surprised looks in both Brendan's face first when they announced Yzerman,
right.
and then Yaromir's when Mario Lemieux. It was pretty special.
And the Yager family. Yaromir's girlfriend in attendance as well. Brendan's mom coming down from Ontario. The three kids, I don't know if they know what's going on, but they'll have a lot of pictures to remind them of a very special moment at Madison Square Garden.
And you know, they've had great careers, and the way they play, you think they're going to keep going on and on, don't you?
Maybe they'll be back for an encore for 700. What do you think?
That's a good idea by you.
Just line it up. We have to pick a good date, and we'll see.
Yager and Shanahan were caught off guard by the visits from their friends, former teammates, and fellow scoring machines who joined them pregame on the ice and then joined MSG's Al Trautwig for a discussion.
It's Mark Messier, Steve Yzerman, and Mario Lemieux, of course. Such different players, all of you guys in the 600 goal club. What do you think unites you all? What do you think you all have in common to succeed?
Well, I would have to say that we've been able to play the game long enough to reach some of these goals there. I think obviously there has to be a certain amount of dedication, commitment to the game, and being blessed with some talent along the way as well. But I think longevity, when you start to reach these kinds of milestones, lucky enough to play long enough to do it.
What do you think it is, Mario, that you all have in common?
Well, I think the drive to be successful as a player and as a team, and to be a champion. I think that's something that we have in common. We always started the year with one goal in mind, was to win the Stanley Cup, and to work towards that all year long. And we've been pretty successful doing it over the years.
One thing I find a lot with really elite athletes is that they have a propensity to be able to remember things beyond anyone's, capability. Like, do you remember all of your goals, do you think? If not, how many do you think you can actually visually recount in your mind?
Well, I think there's such a deep level of concentration that takes to play the game. So I think the memory bank is full of it because of that. Every game is something that you're mentally getting ready for, not only from year to year or from game to game.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it easy to remember special moments and special goals and things like that. I can't obviously remember all of the goals I scored, but I have a good recollection of many moments through my career that I could call up at any time.
I was talking to Steve and Mario earlier tonight, and Steve pulls out some goal from some All-Star game, and he starts shaking his head like he remembers exactly how
I
he
did
put
remember
the
that
You
one.
did remember that
That's
one.
the only one I remember.
Do you guys? Do you also have the ability to remember an extraordinary amount of what happened to you, or is it a little blurry at this point after all these years?
You remember a lot of, there's, for whatever reason, maybe good or bad, there's a lot of things that will stick with you forever, and you might see some highlights of some certain situations I don't recall at all, but there, like I said, for various reasons, there's some things that'll always stick with you.
You, Mario?
Yeah, I think the important goals you remember in the playoffs, especially the big goals that you scored for the team, either at the end of a game or in overtime, and it's something that stays with you for the rest of your life.
Mark, we were joking before that his 600 was an empty net,
Yeah.
and his was a weird side angle goal. Your 600 goal, what did that look like?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Speaking of it, I don't know.
One of the few he doesn't remember, yeah.
When you looked over and saw him on the ice, what did you think? What kind of things popped into your head, Mario Lemieux?
Well, I think I had a lot of respect for Mario, not only for what he obviously could bring to the game, and he could beat you in so many ways, but also his perseverance through his career and what he had to deal with through his career. I think for me that was something that we had been talking about earlier, that a lot of guys, you got to give a lot of guys credit for playing through injuries and continuing on and all that, and nobody showed that more heart and more perseverance than Mario from that angle, but purely from a hockey standpoint, so strong, so big, so talented that it made it look effortless. But playing against him, you really felt the power and the speed and the finesse when you're at that level.
And finally, guys, you're here to honor Brendan Shanahan and Jaromir Jagr for joining your club. What's your defining Brendan Shanahan moment? Can you give me one little snippet of your time together with him where he defined himself for you?
Well, I don't know one particular moment, but throughout his years in Detroit, as you see here in New York, he's playing a little bit more, killing penalties more. In Detroit, we used a lot of players, and Brendan was content to play and never complained and was very unselfish. And he scored some big overtime winners in the playoffs. I can think of one in St. Louis on Grant Fuhr, and another overtime goal, I think, in the '97 playoffs that eliminated the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Mario, how about you in your time with Jaromir Jagr? Can you give me a moment where he defined himself for his ability to see or create or whatever it was?
I think there's too many. For a great player like that, they score so many great goals. But I look back in the early 90s when he first started with the Penguins. We won 2 cups his first 2 years, and he scored some huge goals in overtime, one against Chicago, and some big goals at the right time in the third period to give us the lead or to tie the game. And truly an amazing player, and I'm thankful that I had a chance to play with him a little bit throughout my career.
Oh, it's been a thrill to have you guys here. Happy holidays and thanks. Mark, Steve, Mario.
My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you direct your attention to center ice for a special presentation. In 1975, the Rangers acquired a promising young goaltender from St. Louis with a dream of making it in the National Hockey League. Little did we know then that JD would lead the Rangers to the 1979 Stanley Cup Finals, and in 1986 joined Madison Square Garden Network for the beginning of a distinguished career in broadcasting. John may have come to the Rangers as a young man from Western Canada, but he left as one of the premier ambassadors for the sport of hockey, and more importantly, a cherished friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Madison Square Garden, John Davidson. Joining John at center ice is his wife of 33 years, Diana, and their 2 daughters, Lindsay and Ashley. John, During your 8 years in goal with the Rangers, you had many memorable teammates. Please welcome your close friend and blue shirt great, Ron Greschner. For just over 20 years, you sat side by side with this gentleman, creating the premier broadcasting team in the National Hockey League. Please welcome your dear friend and longtime broadcasting partner, Sam Rosen. On behalf of the Rangers organization and MSG Network, we have a few gifts to present to you in recognition of your contributions to the Garden. It is a Rangers tradition to present players with silver sticks honoring an achievement, but we thought it would be more fitting to honor you with this, a silver goalie mask modeled after the distinctive one you wore in net for the Rangers. The mask has the inscription that reads, John Davidson, Rangers goaltender, 1975 to 1983, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. And in celebration of the cherished memories you have provided for the organization and our fans, we are proud to present a photo collage with the inscription that reads, "Oh baby, thank you for 30 years of on-ice heroics and broadcast excellence. Our memories and friendship will last a lifetime." JD, it is an honor to welcome you back to the Garden today. Thank you. JD, we ask that you remain on the ice with your family, Ron and Sam, for the singing of the national anthem. Please welcome your close friend and Sam's wife, Jill Rosen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jill Rosen. Thank you, Sam Rosen, Ron Greschner, and Lindsay Ashley.
Wow, so as if Sam Rosen doesn't already have a lucky life doing what he does for a living, his wife Jill,
Wasn't that great?
not only beautiful,
Huh?
but able to sing like that.
That was just spectacular, and it's so good to see JD back here and the terrific welcome he got from all these fans here, and well deserved for his 30 years, right? 30 plus years of being a player and a great broadcaster here in New York. It was tremendous.
Yeah, Sam said it in the pregame, Joe, and when you realize the love, as soon as he walked out on the ice, the love that poured from the fans to him, and then how emotional he got before never even had to say a word to see the emotions.
Yeah, I'll say this. There's a lot of people that don't get a chance to know him. They knew him as a goaltender playing for the Rangers, and they knew him as a great broadcaster here, not just here in New York, but nationally with all the work he's done. But for the people that got a chance to know him personally, like you and me and a lot of other people, he's one of the great people you'll ever meet. He's got a huge, huge heart, and I think that came out in his broadcast. I don't think there's any questions about that. But he's just such a wonderful guy to so many different people that it was a very nice ceremony.
3 seconds, 2, 1. The Rangers are in the playoffs. Congratulations all around. That's how you make a run for the playoffs. 8-1-1 in the last 10. They've been great on home ice down the stretch. And Henrik Lundqvist puts in another superb performance with 25 saves.
He was great, and wasn't it indicative of this team, the way Shanahan ended up blocking the shot of Sheldon Surrey, sliding to block it with about 9 seconds remaining. I mean, this is a team that found a way to find some grit in their game. They gutted it out, and they weren't very good in the first half, but they were darn good in the second half.
The salute to the crowd. 37 wins for Henrik Lundqvist. That ties Eddie Jacobin for the second highest single season total of wins for a goalie. Mike Richter holds the team record with 42. So a happy Rangers group. And now there'll be the traditional final home season ceremony where the Rangers give selected fans the jerseys off their back. Let's go to the public address for the closing ceremony for the regular season on home ice. The jerseys off their back.
In our annual Blue Shirts Off Our Back ceremony.
And when I hurt, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good.
So, great ceremony. Jaromir Jagr, see the
on
spot
behalf
on his
of the
face.
entire Rangers
The
organization,
who's got a Brian Leetch jersey is now going to have a Jaromir Jagr jersey added to his collection.
And Jagr just keeps asking the question. He keeps nodding his head saying yes. You want an autograph? Yes.
This is
Anything
really
else you want?
great to
Yes.
see, and it's done on a special night. It took 81 games, but the Rangers have finally gotten there. Colton Orr was a healthy scratch.
He's meant a lot, Colton Orr, the way he's played
no
going
doubt.
down the stretch.
No doubt.
He was a big part of helping this team turn things around.
And if only by the work ethic that he displayed and how hard he worked just to get into the lineup and deserved to be in the lineup and stayed there.
Good point.
Well, the Rangers have clinched tonight, and playoff tickets go on sale Tuesday at noon at NewYorkRangers.com or exclusively via Ticketmaster. For more information, visit NewYorkRangers.com. 12 noon, playoff tickets are on sale. Of course, the schedule is yet to be determined. Who the Rangers will face in the first round, yet to be determined, because
New
the number
Jersey
3
clinched.
spot is up for grabs.
Yeah, one is clinched. That's Buffalo.
Right.
The second seed is the Devils.
And congratulations to them as they win 3-2 and they win the Atlantic Division.
Brendan Shanahan has one of the deadliest shots in the league. To demonstrate his accuracy, he's going to shoot an apple off my head. Ready when you are, Brendan. You missed the apple.
What apple?
No more little Grangers. Being friends with Henrik is great and all, but it's not without its frustrations. Hey, yo, peanuts! Hot dog. Popcorn. So I was chilling on the ice the other day, you know, hanging out with all the players, having a great time, and,
What are you doing?
Dude! Dude, who are they?
They are models from Czech Republic.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah, you should go talk to them. They love American man.
How do you say you're both very pretty in Czech?
Jste hrozně tlustý. Right, Bobby.
Jste hrozně tlustý.
Jak tě ale zabiju. Všechno, já to nemůžu říct.
Sorry, Bobby.
Hey, Dancing Granny! We made the playoffs!
Stick with commercials, Granger. Well, tonight the Blue Shirts faced off at Madison Square Garden. Earlier in the day, Rangers fans visited Times Square and painted this town red, white, and lots of blue.
Let's go, Rangers!
Biggest Ranger fan, why?
I skipped school to come here today just to view the playoff game. I've watched every game this year, haven't missed a game.
I came from Falls Church, Virginia today for this game here. Give me your door! Give me your day! Give me your day! Give me your G! Give me your D! Give me your door! Give me your S! What's up, man?
30 years I've been a Ranger fan, and I've been to every home game, and we're in section 408. The best fans in the world, the Blues, baby!
It's my anniversary and my husband is not here and he's a Devils fan.
Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers! Well, the New York Rangers are home tonight, so get to the Garden and watch them fight.
Good to see you. So the rumors are true. You do, in fact, have a change of underwear?
Nah, just one. That's a rumor.
Okay, so that's just graffiti on the one. Okay.
Let's go, Rangers! Let's go, Rangers!
These fans are coming out and showing a lot of enthusiasm, so it's great. It's great for the city. It's great for the fans.
Seeing this stuff like today, this like brings back memories. I know back in '94 and back in '79 when the team was, they won in '94 obviously, but it's an exciting time, and it's good to have the people in New York all involved in this.
Rangers are home tonight, so get to the Garden and watch them fight. Starts at 7, so be on time. We'll get together, sing Sweet Caroline. I'm back in New York groove. I'm back.
Let's go, Rangers. Let's go, Rangers.
I'm back.
Let's go, Rangers.
I'm back.
Let's go Rangers! Game 4. You know the chat. Let's go Rangers! Hello. Give me 5. All right. Cream cheese, coffee, light, 2 sugars. Thank you very much. Let's go Rangers! Come on, go, go! Let's go Rangers! Rangers! Game 6 today. You know the chat. Let's go Rangers!
This is a special sandwich we created for you and all the Rangers. You must finish this. Every Ranger must finish it. Because if you leave a morsel over, you're not going to do the job. Let me see what you can do with this, baby. Don't disappoint me here. You know, the grease is beautiful. Look at that. You gonna skate faster? Skate faster, good faster. The checking. Go Rangers! They'll never see the puck. Never see the puck. Never. Okay, baby. You want something to drink? You want something?
I'm back, back in the New York crew. I'm back in the New York crew.
Listen to me, we have rules here at the Carnegie Deli. You can't leave until you finish. Hey! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Two weeks ago, Madison Square Garden unveiled its Garden of Dreams Foundation. And with Jaromir Jagr and Brendan Shanahan representing the Rangers, the focus of the foundation is to nurture and assist metropolitan area children in crisis by establishing programs designed to be both meaningful and unforgettable. In short, by making dreams come true.
It's such a privilege and an honor for athletes to have an opportunity to make a difference for kids who look up to us. And there are a lot of great things about being a professional athlete, and that is certainly you go out and you do something for a young child, and it's so gratifying. You know, some of the kids I've met in my career really had a big impact on my life. I think a lot of professional athletes don't realize the power that they wield as far as having an impact with kids. So I do think that it's something when I was a young player I saw veterans do and saw the impact that they had, and you do follow their leadership. So it's a cyclical thing. You just want to go out and do your part as a veteran and as a leader to set an example for the young players.
A different group of Rangers brought the same mission statement to the NYU Medical Center to lift the spirits of a younger fan base as part of the Garden of Dreams.
Hi.
Here you go.
I did it!
There you go. Oh!
Things like this, what we're doing here, like having them play hockey a little bit with us, and it makes them smile. And I think it makes us smile too. It makes us enjoy it too when we see that the kids are having a good time.
It's nice to see if we come here and spend some time with them, and make them happy, So it's part of this program, Welcome Garden of Dreams. So it's nice to come here and show up and spend some time like that.
Okay, you tell me how many are in there.
3.
Oh, whoa! You got 4.
1 more!
Look at that, you have 4.
Wow!
It's really important because it's motivating for them. Like I said, some of them are here for long periods of time and it can get very frustrating for them. But when they kind of get like a reward of meeting somebody that, they only see on TV, it can be a real motivating factor for them, and it kind of gives them a little extra boost to keep going and keep working really hard.
Okay, to Jessica. All right.
It's okay. Is it hard to play hockey?
Yeah, kinda. There's so many. Look at how big those guys are, But it's a lot of fun.
You're big too.
Yeah, kinda. I'm not as big as some of those guys. The Stanley Cup. It's like this huge trophy. It's like this tall. It stands all the way up there, and it weighs 35 pounds. It's pretty cool.
I have a trophy about that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, for basketball.
Oh, really? That's almost as big as the Stanley Cup. It's great. It's fun. Obviously, getting out there and meeting all those kids, and they're so great, and they're so happy, and it's an unbelievable experience, and it really gives you a new perspective on things, when you're around that. Those are the types of things that last long after you're done playing.
Well, several Rangers recently spent some of their downtime on this ice, helping to make dreams come true for children in crisis as part of the Garden of Dreams Foundation. The Rangers recently held a skating party, and we tagged along.
This is Emma Ruth, this is Kelsey Ruth, and this is Kaylin Ruth. We're here with the Starlight Foundation because of Emma, who's actually battling leukemia. And it's a great day. We've played a little hooky from school, but they're enjoying the day, and I think it's worth it.
Hey Jake, how you doing, buddy? Nice to meet you, pal. You scored. I didn't even see it. Joshua's working on scoring some goals here. He's getting it.
People with disabilities are part of the community. The Rangers realize that, and the importance of getting kids that may not be able to participate with their able-bodied friends, but now they can because they realize that sled hockey's out there, and it's a part of it. And getting kids involved in every aspect of hockey is what it's all about.
This is my first time I ever played, and it's fun.
Look at this creepy guy here. How about him? He's scared. He doesn't scare you, does he?
I'm not that scary. Hopefully I'm a pretty nice guy. It's just great. It's just great to get out here and be able to get in the community with these kids and spend as much time as we can. And we all enjoy doing it and try and do as much as we can.
Hi, it's me, Jill Mills. I'm in hockey trying to hit a puck.
Look out! Look out! What are you doing?
I think it's important, and it means a lot to us as players to be able to do stuff like this, and especially those of us with kids. And I have my babies here today, and it's kind of a special deal to be able to do this.
I get to my school, I get to skate around, I get to meet the Rangers. It's awesome. I get to do all this fun stuff in one day.
Throughout Brendan Shanahan's career, change has been a constant theme.
Unclear. Here's a test point. Lidstrom skates, stick, scores! Shanahan!
With the end result so far netting more than 600 goals and 3 Stanley Cup rings in a certain Hall of Fame career. This season's seamless transition from Motown to Broadway has surprised some, including the man in transition.
Well, I'm usually not very good with change. You know, if you look at my hockey equipment, you figure that out. I don't change things too often. So the other times when I've changed teams, it has taken me 6 or 7 games. Maybe it was just that first night. You know, the way the fans greeted me, the fact that I was able to, get the 600 on the first night. The fans then gave me more of a reception. I don't know. There was just something about that opening night that made me feel like I was home. So in the past, you're right. Change has never been something I'm comfortable with, but there's just something about coming to New York and then coming to Madison Square Garden where I just instantly felt welcomed and comfortable.
Look, I'm just congratulating you all night. Big 6-0 100, huh? Good job, Shannon. Good job.
Tom Rennie has relied on every bit of Shanahan's 19 years of NHL experience by using him in every possible role, which is quite all right with the role player.
Nice play by Shanahan as he stopped Crosby at the blue line.
Of course, yeah, it's fun. It's when you just think about it in simple terms. It's a game, and any game you play, whether you're playing professionally or playing with your friends or playing on the street. There really aren't any moments when you want to be on the sidelines. Realistically, especially in professional sports, you do find yourself on the sidelines a lot. But the fact that I'm being used by Tom so much, it's been a lot of fun for me.
At age 37, fun in the early season could turn into late-year fatigue, but Shanahan's single-minded focus allows him to adapt.
Ward now carries. Lead to Shanahan. Shanahan against Blake. Scores! Oh, what a shot by Brendan Shanahan!
My thought process usually on that night is just win tonight, get this job done, and then more specifically, if I'm out there to kill a penalty, it's kill this penalty, or if I'm out in the power play, it's get a goal, or if I'm out in the shift, it's win this shift. And I really do just break it down simply. I can't think in long terms or in big terms. I'm aware of the big picture, but when you're chasing the puck or an opponent or just trying to win a battle, it's about that specific moment. So I'm not worried about the other stuff. I'm just concentrating on the present.
Shanahan's Ranger arrival also provides an opportunity to be a leader, but as a newcomer, he's careful to pick his spots.
I thought when I first got here, it was important for me to sit back and learn and respect the players who were here and kind of observe the room. And there are times when I did, especially in exhibition, we didn't have a complete dressing room always, and there were some guys who were up from Hartford and some very young players, draft picks, and I thought, in spite of the fact that I want to keep quiet, I really do need to say something here.
So, Bruce, you gotta come closer to me there so that D knows it's a 2-on-1. You know what I mean? When I slide that through his stick, the other D shouldn't be able to get between you and the puck.
I try to observe and I try to give opportunities for other players to step up, but certainly if we're in a situation in a game where I think just one little thing needs to be said that could give our team a better chance to win, I will say it.
Perhaps the most significant and lasting aspect of all that career change is the Shanahan Summit, which he orchestrated to improve the quality of play in the new NHL.
My vision was that it would take 2 or 3 years before we started to actually think that it was working. And for it to start, people within 2 weeks were saying, this is great hockey. This is last season. This is great hockey. This is unbelievable. The shootout is a complete success. And the instant success of the new rules kind of scared me. I thought, something that this good, this fast can't be, is this real? I think a lot of the players I talk to, the majority of the players say it's a more fun game to play. I've made adjustments to my game, and I think that the game of hockey evolves, and as a hockey player you have to evolve as well. My game has evolved 3 or 4 different times in my career, and I think that if you don't evolve with the game, you become a dinosaur, and you'll become extinct.
Brendan Shanahan for the win. Here he comes. Scores! Rangers win! Yager to Shanahan for the shot. He scores!
How do you stop that shot?
Brendan Shanahan!
There's a special excitement in that when you're getting toward the end of your career that you're still able to go to one of these things. Hi, I'm Brendan Shanahan, and you're going to be following me around for All-Star Week. So let's get started.
Hey, Joe. We're 2-1 for these games. What are you doing? We are,
That we? I said you.
No, we.
I think I'm older than you. Yeah. I think I got you by a few months.
Yeah, you do.
How you doing?
Yeah, you do. I feel good.
Yeah, you're happy I got named, eh?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I guess like in St. Louis.
It's good. It's good.
All right, why don't we turn off the mic so you can be honest?
Yeah.
So now we're shooting. We're going to shoot that ad.
Yeah.
How long do they think that'll take? 15 minutes?
Yeah.
And ready? Action. Action.
Oh, perfect. So what's with the refereeing? It's dropped off totally.
Well, you sure rule, Shanny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't that what you tell them all to say to me on the ice? These are these new sweaters, eh?
Yes.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good, you?
How are you?
Good.
Just get in, or?
No, last night.
Oh, okay.
You?
Last night, yeah, same thing. Came in and got a little rest.
How many All-Star you have?
It's my 8th.
8?
Yeah. Yeah. First of many for you.
Yeah.
You'll be doing this a lot.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good to see you.
Yep.
How's it going? How you doing?
Look who we got you to play with here. Here.
Who am I playing with?
Look at this.
Let me see.
You can
Where am
be okay
I?
with that?
Where
You
am
can
I?
be okay with that? Here, let me.
Crosby, Ovechkin,
Here.
Shanahan, they're no good. I'm going to scare Vinny LeCavalier.
Okay.
I'll wait till he's looking.
A couple seconds. Hold it. It'll be all right, I promise. Literally.
Oh!
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, Vinny, you're next. Holy. Go. Just get your mouth guard.
What advice do you have for young players like Crosby and Ovechkin, your teammates here playing in their first All-Star games?
Just get me the puck. Give me the puck.
Brendan Shanahan, New York Rangers.
Well, first day, it was a good day. Practice was fun, and it looks like I'm playing with some kid named Ovechkin and another young player named Crosby. So hopefully they get their rest. They bring their fast skates. So see you tomorrow. Well, we're back, day 2. It's my birthday, and I've had a great day. I woke up, I think I've watched 3 movies today. So spent most of the day in my room, relaxing. I ordered room service twice. You know, coming into the NHL, I didn't think I'd be still doing this at 38, let alone being here. And just coming to New York and playing for the Rangers and representing them here at the All-Star game, it's something that I don't take lightly. I'm very, very happy about it.
When you're on the red carpet, we always have to ask you.
What am I wearing?
Absolutely. Who are you wearing?
Isaiah. Isaiah.
Okay, Isaiah and the shoes?
I'm not taking them off.
No?
Hockey players have to wear kind of unique suits, something to fit the
Yes.
thighs and the butt. How about that red carpet, boys? Got here at 3 o'clock. My birthday. Yeah. You guys gonna give me patty wax or anything? What's the plan?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Shane. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Hey.
You know, their voices weren't very good, but you know, it was the effort. The effort is what made it special for me. And I always say, you know, I'm not a big birthday guy. I don't need presents, but I do hope that I get a cake with candles and someone sings happy birthday to me. I just didn't think it would be Ovechkin and Crosby.
Alex and myself together, being the younger guys, but you know, playing with a guy like Brent who's been around for so long and had the opportunity to play with him in World Championships. He was our captain, and he's an unbelievable leader, and it's a huge honor to be able to play with him.
How'd you know?
Hey, I won this one before. 13 years ago. Come on, 13 years ago. Hey, that's my first deke I've ever tried. I had a beat. Friends don't shake hands. Friends hug.
Well, it was a fun birthday. It's not over yet. It's 10 o'clock here in Dallas. But it was fun. Now we got a big game tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow.
This was the place that I wanted to come to and wanted to play here, and was certainly excited about it. And you know, I've been quite happy since it happened a couple of weeks ago.
We were hoping in the acquisition of Sean Avery to naturally get the energy and the enthusiasm that that we've come to know through people that have coached him, watching him, those types of things. And what we've gotten is all of that and more. This is a very good hockey player.
The biggest thing that I've been impressed with is that he plays every shift like it's the most important shift of the game. And it doesn't matter whether the score is 6-1 for either team or 1-1. He's going out there for that shift, and he's going to make sure it's the best shift he can play. So I sure like his addition to our team.
And here's Sean Avery getting power play time, talking with Colin White. They're keeping up a good jabber. They chop at each other with the sticks, and the referee's got to step in between.
When he's on the ice, you notice him. You know he's out there because he's got that edge to his game, and he's got that quickness to get in on the forecheck, and if he can't get the puck, he's going to get the man.
If you can throw anybody off of their game to create an advantage for yourself, you do that. It's no different than the enforcers in games or double shifting your best player. It's all about intimidation.
I think it's just a combination of him being in your face and him being intense. It's a combination of guys knowing he's not going to back away from a physical confrontation.
Now there was a lot of action in front of the net, which you're always there. Any conversation that goes on between you and the goaltender, Sean, and
well, Marty's a big whiner. He's always been a big whiner, and you just got to play through it. And I'm going to be in his face all night.
Avery able to shake by White, a shot save, and he ran into Brodeur. His helmet is off. Brodeur shoves back, and then Avery shoves back, and a crowd gathers.
That's sports. I don't think, we're not out there hugging each other, and I think that's what our sport's lacking compared to, the NFL or NBA. I think the whole villain and heroes thing is good for marketing and for sports. So I'm sure it won't be the last time. I guess if people like it, maybe I'll do it a little bit more.
Take away, Rakunek, Avery scores! It's tied 2-2.
I don't want to go so far as to say we didn't know what kind of skill level he had, but I think it was always underestimated compared to the other attributes that he has. And now to see him and his ability to handle the puck, shoot the puck, pass the puck, his intelligence of the game, it's pretty impressive.
I think probably when I was younger, I was a big fan of Doug Gilmour and trying to kind of modeled myself after him. So that would probably be my comparison or somebody that I try to play similar to.
I know some people have said Darcy Tucker as well.
Yeah, I don't really like him that much, so I'll stick with Dougie.
He is associated with the number, but he shouldn't be defined by it. Yes, Peter Pruka scored 30 goals in his rookie season, but that doesn't make him a perennial 30-goal scorer. That has become clear this year, where Pruka's value is not so defined.
We've talked about it as a coaching staff that we just want him to play hard and do the little things, pay attention to detail, and let the goals take care of themselves. He's not going to get as many offensive opportunities now that we've got different personnel on the power play, so he's got to appreciate that and just continue to chip away and take advantage of when something comes his way. He attained such great heights last year, and he's someone who knows he can achieve that again, and when it's not there for him right away, it's easy to get down on yourself or start to get hard on yourself.
I'm trying, don't think about scoring goals and stuff like that and making points every game. I just want to play my best in each game, in every minute on the ice, and hopefully it's going to work for me.
What works for Pruka is passion, a willingness to sacrifice his 170 pounds for an opposition pound of flesh in a fearless game of give and take.
I've never have problem with playing against bigger guys. I don't care about that. I don't feel like I'm smaller than them.
Sometimes, he's tried to hit some big guys, or some big guy tried to hit him. With my body, I would probably duck or something, but he take the hit and make the play, and so hopefully he's gonna be okay. Sometimes we just tell him just let the puck go and keep your head up, and but that's the way he's playing.
With Pruka, one thing is clear: through goal gluts or goal droughts, top line time or fourth line downtime, there's an ever-present zest for life.
I don't know if we get to see it all, but we get to see enough of it that we know that he's just a great guy, that he does have that passion for life and that zest for wanting to enjoy everything he's a part of.
He's a great kid, a young guy. He tried to have fun, and like we did when we were younger.
It's not just that I'm happy to be in NHL. I'm happy to be alive, to be on the world. I don't know. I'm just smiling.
If I had to pick one goaltender to win us a game of any goaltender in the NHL, I'd be picking Henrik Lundqvist.
Save! Rangers win! Lundqvist does it again!
I think what he's done for us in the last 2 months has been extraordinary.
Save Lundqvist, rebound! And Lundqvist made a save, and the puck pops loose. Shot by Ward, another save!
His focus is single-minded, his concentration unflappable. The result? Almost unfathomable. For nearly 3 months, few players in the league, in the world, have been better.
We have all the confidence in the world in him that he is the best goaltender out there.
And Henrik wants to be the difference every night.
This is it. Kessel against Lundqvist. Save! Rangers win! Lundqvist adds one more big stop.
You talk about someone who's won you 2 points with his play.
His golden moment in Italy last winter made Lundqvist a Swedish sporting icon, a hometown hero. His ascension to the Broadway stage this year has turned him into a midtown matinee idol. But amid all the attention and the flashbulbs, Lundqvist remains a model citizen.
I like it. I mean, it's fun to come out and meet the fans.
Henrik's got everything in order. He understands that this is where he works, this is what he does. There's an opportunity to be a role model within all of that.
This year I know a little bit more what to expect from the game, from media, everything around the game.
Not only does he suit New York, but he thrives in it. So this is like a great city for a guy like Henrik. He loves the stage, he loves attention. He wants that moment where the game is on him, and we're lucky to have that. Not every athlete, and especially not every NHL goalie, wants to be on that stage and have that moment.
Not every NHL goaltender enjoys what Lundqvist has at his disposal, a full-time coach who's part tactician, part amateur psychologist.
Benoit Allaire is a huge asset to this organization. Like, he's one of the most important people in the Rangers organization.
They just pay attention to the right things in the position, and I wish I could sit here and rattle off everything that they do, but that's beyond me, believe me. Stop the puck, and I'm fine with that.
It's good to have a person where you can talk and he understands. I don't think I ever been on a team where the actual head coach have told me anything about playing in goal.
I think I'm a good goalie coach because I have a good goalie with me. It's pretty much a fine line at the end. I'm pretty lucky to be here with Henrik Lundqvist. I have confidence in him and he has some confidence in me.
Lundqvist's confidence was shaken earlier this season, but the sophomore jinx theory was ultimately laced with inaccuracies.
I really didn't worry about him because I just thought that his fundamentals in practice were so good.
I'd watched Henrik play enough in Europe before he got here to recognize that this guy could really pull it together and be the difference in games. Now, I'm not talking about his 82-game schedule, but I'd seen him play at different times over 3 years, I suppose, where I just knew that he could find it.
It's a tough game, and especially the way it is right now when they get more time. You can't really hold their sticks or anything, so when they get their chance in front of you, you have to battle, and it's fun at the same time. It takes a lot of you as a goalie to protect the net.
Henrik is still learning how good he is, and I think last year he learned about his ability and his ability at the NHL level, and I think this year he's learning about his mental toughness. Also, how physical this game is and how he can respond to it. I mean, when you look at a guy like Brodeur at his age across the river there playing the amount of games he is, you know, sometimes you get this thing in your head like you need days off and you need rest and you can't play a lot of games. And I think Henrik is realizing that he can work a lot harder than even he realized, and he's doing it and he's performing, and it isn't hurting his performance at all. So mentally, he's just shown great toughness. I think people were kind of trying to handle him, trying to figure out what to do, how to fix him, and my feeling was always just like, leave this kid alone. You know, he's got competitiveness, he's got work ethic, he's got ability, he's got a great goaltender coach. Just leave them alone and play him, play him, play him.
Welcome back to Inside the Rangers, and time now to follow one of the Blue Shirts as he goes off the ice. After an unsettling sweep by the Devils last spring, Henrik Lundqvist knew he needed a calm and relaxing getaway. So what better way to escape than by staring down a shark? The Ranger goaltender joined Rangers super scout Krista Rockstrom for a little Atlantic Ocean fish story, and these pictures don't lie.
After the season, usually I just go somewhere I haven't been to and just relax and get away from hockey. And I had a friend who lived down there, and it was fun to be on the ocean for a couple of days and to fish and to see big sharks. It was a lot of fun, a lot of action.
You call that relaxing. Are you relaxed when you see that size shark come up near that smaller boat?
When I say relaxing, it's more to get my focus than on something else in hockey. And it was definitely a really good trip. And I mean, I always liked sharks, watching them. I mean, when you see them on TV, and to be that close was very exciting.
The steps have been taken, and now he's on the ice with the big club. With caution so often discarded, Ryan Hollweg is carving out a definite role with the Rangers, one that plays into his tenacious, rambunctious game.
I love playing that style. I think playing like that, I think you have to love it. I don't think you can go out there every night and be down on yourself and be like, oh my God, I got to do this again, because it's just, that'll only last for so long. And you got to love what you're doing. You got to love playing. And you know, my type of play is a physical style, and I've always been an active guy. I've always been a physical guy, and I've always loved playing like that. So it's definitely something that's helped me get to this level and that I want to continue doing.
He's definitely someone who loves playing that style. I think he's the game's suited for him, where there's no hold-ups, where he can get in on the forecheck. He doesn't care who he's hitting. He had a great hit on Solani on our trip out west.
This is a guy that has a real good idea of how he has to play. You know, not just to help us, you know, and help influence the game, but to stay in the National Hockey League. You know, pound for pound, he's a real strong kid. Very intelligent player. You know, one of those guys that, you know, when you have a game plan, he can work hard and usually well within it.
It's a style of play Hollweg patterns after one of the game's feistiest players.
I kind of see myself a lot like Darcy Tucker. I mean, if you look at him now, the way he broke into the league was kind of the same way I did in the style of player.
That's a good comparison. I think he's even got more upside than Darcy from a physical standpoint and from an abrasive standpoint. I think Darcy's probably got some pretty good puck skills, but he's probably acquired them over the years as well with the style of hockey he's played, and maybe that's something Ryan will grow into.
With increased ice time, Hollweg hopes to contribute the same type of offensive production that Tucker has provided Toronto the last few years.
He's got the ability to score from the outside, but he's going to get most of his goals, I think, in the tough areas, around the net, the wraparounds, the rebounds, deflections. That's where Ryan's going to excel. The neat thing about Ryan is I think he takes pride in making sure he's the hardest working guy on the ice. Each practice, each game, I think he throws himself out on the line every time he gets a chance, and that's definitely something that's going to allow him to continue to excel and grow. And right now he may be identified as a hard-working, forechecking, abrasive young hockey player, but I think as he continues to develop confidence and gets these opportunities, he's going to show that he's got a nice little scoring touch as well.
The roots of Hollweg's love for the game were planted in, of all places, Southern California, where a young boy was further inspired by Wayne Gretzky's arrival and subsequent star turn in Tinseltown.
Definitely. I mean, with him playing in Los Angeles and him being, the best player to ever play the game, was definitely, somebody that I looked up to and wanted to, kind of follow after. So that's what got me to here is, dreaming that, and definitely I saw myself, one day playing, either if it was for the Kings or against the Kings, but playing in the NHL, and it was just unbelievable to actually come back and feel that dream has actually been fulfilled. I mean, even though I know it has, but to come back to where I first started and to come back where I used to go to NHL games and watch teams play is unbelievable, and to have that opportunity, I'm just very grateful.
Welcome back. There have been several reasons why the Rangers were able to surge toward a playoff spot the last 2 months. No doubt Henrik Lundqvist's play was front and center, as was the adrenaline jolt provided by Sean Avery's arrival. But not to be overlooked, the play of defenseman Daniel Girardi, whose consistency and steadiness on the back line belies the fact that his professional career is still in its infancy.
He's got such a smart stick and good positioning.
He keeps it so simple.
He's calm.
No, he's done amazing.
I think I say this in every interview. It's just, keeping it simple out there.
A wise man once said that it is smart to embrace simplicity. That has always been the hallmark of Dan Girardi's game. Simple and subtle equaling smart and successful.
I got to be a fan of Dan Girardi when he was playing junior in London during the lockout. London Knights, they're my old team, and that was the year that they broke all the records and won the Memorial Cup. And the one guy that Dale Hunter kept talking about to me was this kid they had on defense that they just picked up halfway through the year named Dan Girardi. He said, just watch him. It doesn't matter what moment of the game it is, he's always steady, he's always reliable, he never gets flustered, and that's how he's been with the Rangers. I mean, even times when it looks like he's beat, he's just got a great stick to recover.
Play extremely solid. He plays extremely well in his own zone and makes all the right plays, and you don't see that too often with a young defenseman, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
From the time he arrived in late January, Girardi has acted like he belonged. And that's because he came to the team with his eyes, ears, and mind wide open.
Oh, that was something special. Shanny came up to me just before the game and said, play like you belong. Don't play like you're just a fill-in for a shift or two or a game. Just play like you've been here all year. Just play your game and play hard.
Well, the more he plays, the more the 22-year-old improves. But with all that talent and all those talent scouts, how could Girardi go undrafted?
I don't know how it happens, and sometimes maybe he was a late bloomer, and and sometimes scouts get their opinions formed when a guy is 16 and 17. But just the fact that he was a mainstay on the London Knight blue line when they shut out Sidney Crosby in the Memorial Cup final, it was pretty amazing.
I pretty much fly under the radar all the time, and even in junior, I wasn't like always the top D-man, but I always got the job done. Didn't do anything special, but played my game. It's unfortunate I didn't get drafted, but obviously it's worked out for me so far.
Certainly, I don't think that what's happened is any fluke, and I don't think it's something that's going to go away. I think he's going to continue to get better with experience.
He's just getting better each game, so it is something that young defensemen can aspire to and realize they don't have to make the flashy play every time. They can just make the right play, and if they do it properly, then we're going to be effective for it.
I'm proud of a lot of people when it comes to Danny Girardi. I'm proud of our scouting staff for, even though we didn't draft him, recognizing that this kid could be something special. I'm proud of the fact that we stepped up and signed the kid. I'm proud of the fact that the guys in Hartford have done a phenomenal job again. of developing a good young player for us. And obviously on top of all of that, I'm really proud of Danny for being able to seize the opportunity and make the best of it.
I'm just really proud of myself, how hard I worked from the beginning of my career to now. This is where I want to be, for the rest of my career, and I just got to make sure I work hard and stay here.
He's not big in stature, but he's got an incredible heart, and he's very fit. Per pound, he's probably one of the strongest guys on the team.
He takes very, very good care of himself. He's always in top shape. The fact of the matter is that some guys, can will themselves to places. Others do it just completely by skill. In Marty's case, he does it both. He's got talent. There's no question about that. But he also is a very, very hard-working player. And if you measure RPMs or feet RPMs, certainly Marty's got the frequency that you look for in a good skater.
Comes Straka with speed, pulls up, fakes, waits, shoots, scores! Oh, what a move by Marty Straka!
He not only has the straight ahead speed, but laterally and from a standstill, he's so quick. He has such a burst of speed, and that's pretty unique. A lot of guys are fast once they get going, but Marty from a standstill is so quick and so fast, and he reaches his top speed so quick that he's so effective with that.
An absolute need for speed had become a post-lockout mandate, and with Marty Straka available, the Rangers acted just as quickly.
Definitely. We saw the success he had in his former years, and with the idea of where the NHL was going, we thought, this guy's quick, he's dynamic, he's going to be suited well for us and for this league.
I love New York. Even when I was in Pittsburgh and we come here to play, the Garden is just unbelievable. The fans, it's so loud.
Straka and Jaromir Jagr have been making noise together for nearly 9 years, including the first 7 as fleet-footed Penguins.
It's definitely easier to play with him because you're gonna get the chances and you're gonna be on the ice but you gotta play well, you gotta play hard, and you're gonna skate, you gotta give him the puck, and but it's not always easy, but I enjoy it.
The Rangers have enjoyed Straka's upbeat personality, and this year they publicly declared his ability to lead.
He's a real natural-born leader, just through his work ethic and his ability to set a great example. I mean, he's someone who's not blessed with the biggest size, and yet he's got a heart like a lion, and he just displays what it's like to be a Ranger. And it was an easy choice for us to see him as one of our guys deserving of a letter.
He's a leader by example, the way he just comes to work every day and works hard, and he's a good person. He's the kind of person that young players should and would aspire to copy on and off the ice.
We see leadership in Marty because of the example he sets with his work habits, the intelligence that he's able to play with, and the fact that he's one of those guys that his transition from playing with Michael and Yags and then with any other combination of people is pretty much seamless.
Straka's golden moment came in Japan in '98 when his Czech Republic team won the Olympics, an accomplishment he hopes to eclipse.
I think the medal is number one now, because nobody ever did that before in the Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia. That was the first Olympic gold medal for that country, and I'm still waiting for the Stanley Cup champion. That's gonna be the number one if I can ever reach that, and I think we got a good chance.
Welcome back. Michael Nylander's long NHL journey actually began more than a decade ago in Hartford and included stops in Calgary and Washington, Tampa Bay, Chicago, and Boston before he came to the Rangers. And over that time, Nylander has established himself as a selfless center, a great teammate, and in short, a consummate hockey player. If you weren't a hockey player, what would you do for a living?
It's very hard to say. I have no idea, actually.
He just loves hockey.
He's virtually the first guy on the ice every day in practice.
I didn't realize what kind of a work ethic he has.
Here's Nylander moving against Alex Steen, two Swedish players. Jagr shoots and scores! Set up beautifully by Nylander!
I think he is a perfect center for Jaromir. I think that they feed off each other well. I think that they complement each other well. I think Michael knows that if he can get Jaromir the puck, we've got a good chance to score a goal. And Jaromir, on the other hand, knows if Michael keeps hanging on to it and hanging on to it, and gives me a chance to get in the open, I'm eventually going to get the puck. And I think it's worked very nicely the last 2 seasons. No one in the league has the quickness and the ability to handle the puck in tight corners and tight areas like Michael does. And he practices that, he takes pride in that. He's very, very good at changing directions, very, very good at continuing to maintain control of the puck, and he's got an unbelievable set of eyes. Like, he's got great vision, he knows where his teammates are going to be, and to Michael's credit, he's not afraid to try things.
Nylander is on pace to eclipse his career-high goal total of 25, but the question remains, would he be even better if he shot first and asked questions later?
That's a good question. You know, maybe if he shoots, he wouldn't make the plays for me or for Jaromir, and maybe Jaromir doesn't have that many scoring chances if he shoot a little bit more.
So he's got a good shot too, you know. I think he underestimates his shot, you know, sometimes, because when you see his stick, you know, it's just a little blade, you know, you're wondering whether he can shoot with it.
Everybody plays to their strengths, and you know, when he's playing with, you know, as a centerman, most centermen are really passers, and you know, most wingers are scorers. So, you know, probably his first instinct is to pass. But I have seen him on occasion when you know, he knows it's time to shoot, unleash a pretty powerful shot. So every passer, you know, 1 out of every 5 times has to unload a shot just to keep the defenses honest. And when he does it, it's pretty accurate and it's pretty good. But I think he's got a good number of goals.
Shot is never a bad thing. You know, if you hit the net, it's a great scoring chance, and you know, there's going to be rebounds many times, and I never hear the crowd, but you know, I try to be, you know, shooting more, and some days I do, and I like to be more consistent in shooting.
So Michael Nylander's wife has just gone into labor, and Michael has left to be with her. And we wish them all the best. Here's Shanahan against Fleury. Scores! Save! Rangers win!
And most importantly, I'll tell you what, our room is really excited about Michael Nylander because
baby girl.
After the second period, you know, he made the decision. We actually made it for him to leave the game. It's more important to go and be there for the delivery of his baby and be with his wife. He got there in time. And the one thing we wanted to really do was rally and get a win, because I know Michael would have felt really, really bad if he wasn't around and we lost the game. So that's huge. He had a baby girl 5 minutes, but he got there 5 minutes before she was born, and we got a win for Michael and his new baby girl.
Family is the most important thing for anybody, and you know, when you're right there, it's hard to, you know, think straight, and you want to be in 2 places at the same time. It's impossible, and it's a great experience, and it's a miracle to be part of a baby born. It's unbelievable.